that we've made our requests public. We've spelled out how we believe that, for example, taking the industrial carbon tax off will help lower food prices, because then farmers won't have to buy equipment that's subject to that carbon tax. They won't have to buy fertilizer that's subject to that carbon tax. We've talked about scrapping the liberal fuel standards that add 17 cents a litre to the cost of gasoline. We've made those requests public, and I know that my leader Pierre Poilievre has had a one-on-one meeting with Mark Carney where he's kind of laid that out. So they know what we would like to see in the budget. We haven't gotten an advanced copy of it, or they haven't given us a sneak peek on various sections. So we're not sure what they're going to do with that. But we've certainly been very upfront and transparent on what we would like to see.
But the industrial carbon price is a very small part of the food inflation, right? According to a lot of the studies, it's somewhere between 0.5 to 0.8% of the increase, when it's been like 26% because of other global and climate factors.
Not global. You're talking about food prices. Food
Sure.
prices are, food inflation is a direct result of government taxation and monetary policy. And that's been pretty well established.
Well,
we grow a heck of a lot of food here.
Sure.
We sell way more than we import when it comes to food. And so if prices are going up, it's because the government has devalued.
well, no, I mean, like the
$80.
beef prices are up because of the drought several years ago, which led to less feed, which led to slaughtering of herds. There's just less, climate is affecting these things. Like it is a larger, there's larger inputs into the farm costs than just the industrial carbon price, because most of it's exempt. 97% of it's exempt.
Well, there's still the carbon tax on heavy equipment, and every farm in Saskatchewan will have at least a combine, at least a tractor, several grain trucks. The fertilizer is still subject to that. We use a lot of fertilizer in Canada. And I would also say these things stack. The Liberals also brought in packaging regulations that our trading partners don't have, that are kind of not based on common sense. That adds to the price. The 17 cents a litre on gasoline also absolutely affects not just food, but everything else. So these are measures that we've said, look, when 2.2 million Canadians are lining up at food banks under this Liberal government, we should be doing everything we can to lower those food prices. We would like to see some movement on that. It wasn't normal in Canada. When you and I were growing up, David, I don't think we knew too many people who had jobs who had to go to food banks. Usually the types of people that you saw going into food banks were people who had lost their job or unemployed for a significant period of time. We're hearing reports now from food banks themselves that people with jobs are leaving work, stopping off at the food bank because they can't afford to go to the grocery store on their way home. So we're calling for concrete measures that will lower the price of food. We think that's reasonable.